Hello and welcome to BeamNG Drive. This is the preview for West Coast USA. This is on the BeamNG.com website. This is awesome. I'm going to tell you, I watched Neological do a preview video or a review of the map and kind of give his thoughts. And I thought, man, you know what? That's an awesome idea. So I'm going to borrow that idea and do that here. So the opening scene here that we have here, we see is because this is the West Coast map, this is very LA looking. Just, the buildings you've got. I love the crane up here. That's very cool. But, you've got this kind of looks like the Columbia Records building, that kind of stuff. So very, very cool as we pan across here. And then this is another view from, we were at the top of the hill, kind of off to the side, and now we're at the bottom. This is that same kind of saddleback building that we saw. And again, the construction girder up there, the tall buildings, the hills, very cool stuff going on here. And then it shifts to this view, which is much more of a, at least to me, a much more of a San Francisco feel to it. You've got these hills going down to the right over here, and then kind of toward the top center, you've got the hills that are going down. But what really sticks out to me are the trolley tracks running through here. So I'm really, really hoping that this means that the folks at BeamNG are going to make it easier for us to be able to add trains and trolleys and stuff to the maps themselves. So I'm hoping that's a teaser for running trolleys in the game. I hope that's what that means, and that they're not just like stuck on there. So the next scene we have is kind of this it's an urban area. What am I trying to think of? I lost my train of thought. But like where there's going to be warehouses and different shops and what have you. But if you just look at the detail and what we have here, this is different than anything we've seen in BeamNG. I mean, it really is highly detailed. Oh, and then we got this jobber, right? So we've got the car cruising down the San Francisco style hills. Oh, this is going to be awesome in the game itself, man. I cannot wait to get my hands on this and just go sailing over those hills. What I love about that particular segment is that they're not going super fast, so they're not doing the fallout, jump over everything. They're letting the car ride down those bumps. That is awesome. And then here we see the freeway extending up and over. We see the buildings on the left. Of course, we have a gas station with some gas prices, that kind of stuff. So so cool. Oh, pardon me. And then this is really demonstrating, or at least I think demonstrating some of the scale. But what we see here are the very complex, very complicated, especially for BeamNG, the pathways of the highway system overlapping each other, going under each other. I mean, you look at this here, you've got the main road on the floor here, and then you actually have another freeway running left to right that is passing under the one that's going from the lower left corner up to the upper right corner, where they kind of crisscross over each other. So you have all kinds of different levels happening here. Very, very cool stuff. And then in the background here on the left, you also can see the grandstands for what appears to be a racetrack. And so as we let this go through, we actually cut now to the dirt trail leading up to the top of this particular mountain. And I've seen a lot of comments that, oh, look, BeamNG's doing GTA. Here's the thing. GTA did LA, so it's not original no matter how you cut it. it's presented, one of the things that Neological said was that, he envisions that there'll be some kind of wording across the hilltop. Probably so. Then again, maybe not. I think it'd be cool if they had BeamNG up there or something. I don't know what you'd call it, Beamwood or something. I don't know. But anyway, awesome tower, cool dirt tracks. And then we have this car power sliding and drifting around. So that, I think, I'm going to back that up just a hair. I think this is going to be very, very cool. That's going to be a lot of fun to play with. I absolutely love just that sweeping, smooth motion. I mean, just look at that. Woo! Cruising around the corner. Oh, that is so cool. And then it cuts to this full-size racetrack. And I don't know. I know nothing about racing. Isn't and I could be in the completely wrong state, but is Pomona, is that in California? I have no idea. But anyway, so is that what this is modeled after? I have no earthly idea. I should just shut up now and let it play. Well, there you go. But we got a racetrack. We have a drag strip. Check this out. I don't know if you caught this or not, but right here, dude, that's on one tire. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. The other thing I can't tell is, in a previous release, they talked about some of the things they were doing with the tires to make them behave a little more realistically. And I can't quite tell if those tires are doing the kind of mushy tire thing, where when you take a corner and you go around a bend where the tire actually shows some deflation, that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure if that's in there or not. And then we cut to this, which is another racetrack scene. So we've got the car cruising down around, taking the corner, and that cuts to kind of a suburban type area where we've got the houses on the hill overlooking the city in the background. Once again, very LA, very San Francisco. So that's going to be, I don't know, it's just going to be so awesome to run vehicles in and around all of this. This is just so cool. And then here, we're cruising down one of the highways, and so here's Belasco City, South Sierra Vista, and Casilda Beach. I don't know how you're going to say that. Casilda Beach, I don't know, and San Amaro. So there you go. Those are some of the little town names that they're going to show there, the 54 and the 110, cruising around. And then you have this warehouse district with very obvious racing / drifting going on. You have this kind of empty parking lot here across the way. It looks like maybe there's some water over on the right-hand side near the top. So all kinds of things to do inside this playground. Oh, this is just awesome. And then this, to me, is also one of the more telling scenes because, again, it's kind of it's a West Coast. So you're talking LA, San Francisco, possibly up as there may be some things that are reminiscent of Seattle in there and maybe even further south. But you definitely have the Golden Gate Bridge, or at least the homage to the Golden Gate Bridge out here in the background. No doubt about that. There's no missing that. That's pretty awesome. We have a D series cruising around. And again, some more of the freeways. You have the hill action going on here on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, more of the urban buildings. And this is just cruising along this freeway here, coming up into town. It's awesome. Very, very cool stuff. Coming in November 2017. It is November. We don't know when it's coming out, so I don't know. Maybe it's going to be a Thanksgiving release. Maybe it'll be before Thanksgiving. Whatever it's going to be, awesome, awesome stuff coming from BeamNG Drive. And I don't know about you, but I am very, very excited. So there it is. Very cool. Again, head over to BeamNG.com and you can go to the dev blog and you can see all kinds of stuff that's coming up for BeamNG Drive. Awesome stuff. What do you think? What are you expecting? What are you hoping is going to happen? I will tell you the big thing I'm hoping is some more improvements to the overall, just the overall look and feel, and not just look and feel, but playability. Every time they make an improvement, they totally update playability, especially on lower end machines. So I'm hoping that they still get some of that tweaking, work out some of that kind of stuff. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think they're going to come up with? What are some of the things you think they're going to do? I would love to see more AI happening here. I mean, it's you running around this giant city by yourself. I mean, come on, let's get some other action in here. So I don't know. I'm really hoping that they incorporate more of some kind of AI drop-in points, or just have some AI driving around and stuff. I don't know. So those are my two big things. Have AI in the game that is kind of more free thinking, like AI, and then also improvements to the different things we can do in terms of our machines being able to run the game, period. So anyhow, those are my couple of thoughts. What are you thinking? Let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time on BeamNG Drive.